I'm telling you right now, Rachel Reeves is about to resign. It's game over for her. Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. Now of course, before I jump into this, the usual disclaimer, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into this with why I believe Rachel Reeves is on the precipice to resign, why it's totally freaking game over for her. Well, she's facing an accusation here that seems to be very much proven, right? So the OBR, they published a detailed account about its discussions with Rachel Reeves, so Rachel from Accounts, right, and the whole Treasury before the budget was released last week. Now, the information that they published, right, shows that Rachel from Accounts lied about the fiscal shortfall. You know, that whole 22 billion black hole that they're all obsessed with. Now, the theory goes she lied about this to save herself and Keir Starmer from the backbench MPs wanting tax rises to increase benefits in this country. As GB News reported here, the OBR said that it informed the Chancellor in September the supposed black hole that she relied on to introduce a flurry of new taxes in the latest budget that was actually just £2.5 billion. The OBR suggesting that the so-called black hole that Rachel from Accounts consistently claimed existed and blamed for the nearly £30 billion in tax hikes didn't even exist. As Alex Armstrong says right here, if this OBR report is accurate, then the Chancellor and Prime Minister have lied on an industrial scale. They blame Brexit, the Tories, Nigel Farage, and yet the OBR claim they told the Chancellor there was no black hole. Both need to resign if this is true. And this is why I say Rachel Reeves, she is on the precipice to resign. It is totally game over for her. Because, guys, here's the evidence. So, the OBR says, as Stephen Swinford says right here, the OBR says it informed Rachel Reeves as far back as the 17th of September that the downgrade in productivity forecast was offset by increases in real wages inflation. The deficit was in fact actually just £2.5 billion, which you can see right here, okay? Where my mouse is hovering over, 3rd of October, round one, autumn budget, current balance, deficit, £2.5 billion, right? Here's the evidence, guys. Here it is in black and white. By October 31st, that deficit had turned into a net positive. As you can see right here, 31st of October, round three, autumn budget, £4.2 billion net positive then at that point. That basic forecast did not change from that point. So from what the OBR is saying, it looks like Rachel Reeves and the Treasury were briefing ahead of the budget that there was a 20 billion black hole in the public finances that didn't actually exist. Because by 31st of October, as you can see in black and white here, we were in a net positive of £4.2 billion. Where the hell is this £20 billion black freaking hole? Does Keir Starmer need to check an alleged Ukrainian rent boy? I mean, I'm just, asking for a friend here, right? Do they hold the 20 billion black holes? I mean, just asking for a friend. But as Stephen says here, the £30 billion worth of tax rises in the budget are predominantly a consequence of her decisions to increase public spending, particularly on welfare, and of £21.7 billion worth of headroom. Now, reactions to all of this, with Rachel from Accounts lying in Parliament and to the whole country about this black hole has been coming in thick and fast. GB News, they had Trevor Kavanagh on, saying there's no excuse for this. She's not only lied to Parliament, but she's also allegedly misled the markets. She's the freaking bed. As barrister Stephen Barrett says here, she doesn't just need to resign, she needs to be criminally investigated. I would be all for that at this point. I really, really would. Because potentially, misleading the markets. I mean, ain't that just a hop, skip and jump away from potentially market manipulation? Isn't that a big no-no? From my understanding? Here we've got Reverend Canon, Father Phil Harris, saying the 20 billion black hole never existed. As a priest, I'm saying this as clearly as I can. You cannot build a country's future on a lie. Rachel Reeves must go. And here we've got Priti Patel, MP, saying Labour, the government of liars. They must ditch their budget of lies and ditch Rachel Reeves. Oh, and ditch Keir Starmer as well, because stay tuned for my next video. Because Starmer, he is not out of the woods on this one. Because you now have even Labour's biggest donor reacting to all of this. Turning on Rachel from accounts. That's not a good look. And Rachel may now be in trouble, as Nigel Farage has said that he's reported her to the independent ethics advisor to see if she's actually broken the ministerial code. And Richard Tice, he's gone one step further. He's written to Keir Starmer calling for Rachel from accounts to be sacked. And just sack the whole lot of them, including this numpty, Darren Jones, right? Because he accidentally admits on Good Morning Britain, thanks to Bahram you for sharing this, right? He accidentally admits in this clip right here that Labour lied about the £22 billion black hole. As Bahram you says right here, you can't have a £10 billion headroom and then a £22 billion black hole at the same time. The math ain't mathing right there. It just really isn't. Now, she was confronted by Trevor Phillips on Sky News with a clip from last year where Rachel from accounts back then said that she would never have to do a budget like this again with such an increase in tax rises. Well, guess what? She's done the same again this year. And as Chris Rose says right here, a painful interview for Rachel from accounts. On tax rises, she was forced to watch herself specifically say last year that we won't need to come back for more. She stuttered and blamed the OBR, the previous Tory government, anyone but herself. A pathological liar who is finished. And this is the thing, right, where there's always a clip. Guys, there's always a tweet as well. Thanks to Toon Dazza on X for sharing this one. This is a tweet from Rachel from accounts back in 2022. Boris Johnson has disgraced this country with his sleaze, scandals and lies. Keir Starmer is right. The Tory party is corrupted and changing one man won't fix that. The only way our country and our economy can get a fresh start is by getting rid of this Tory government. Well, guess what? Fast forward to 2025. The only way our country and our economy can get a fresh start is by getting rid of this Labour dictatorship. They're not a government. They're a dictatorship. They do not have the public mandate anymore. If we had a general election tomorrow, they would be wiped out. They would be annihilated, and they know this. They are finished. And Rachel from accounts is finished, especially with this petition now doing the rounds. Shared by Priti Patel saying the following. Rachel Reeves lied to the British people so she could do a hit job on working families to put up taxes, to pay for Labour's welfare handouts. She should be sacked. Sign this petition to let the government know what you think of their budget lies. Sackreeves.com. Well, it's entirely up to you if you want to go onto that website or not. I'll leave that in your capable hands. But guys, going around full circle here, with everything that's coming out, surely it's game over now for Rachel from accounts. After everything that has happened, after everything that she has done over the last year and a bit, right? After her lying, allegedly, I'm going to have to say that, on a CV, this, that and the other, she's not qualified. It's game over. I won't be surprised if this week she hands in her resignation. This budget is going to fail. And next up, turn your attention to the MPs, right? Let's see which one of them votes for this budget. and acts against the British people by doing it. And let's see which of the MPs are courageous enough to vote against this budget. Because it's based on a pack of lies. Absolutely based on a pack of lies. How can it pass? How can it go through? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and unfortunately with the state of the UK at the moment, there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join us here on Political Nerds. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at @StephAlterNerd. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you think Rachel from Accounts should now resign? I do. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.